Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are at the Chicago Auto Show. Obviously needed to stop at the Kia booth because of all the great work that they're doing. And this is definitely something not to miss. This is a concept vehicle. This is a Kia EV9. But what many people are proclaiming and prophesizing is that this is gonna be the future of the Telluride. But before we get into this EV9, which means that it is electrified, let's talk about what's going on here. Kia, this brand that's been selling vehicles here in the United States since the early 1990s. They only had two models, the Kia Sophia and the Kia Sportage. The Sophia was a four-door compact car, and then you had the Sportage, which was a small little crossover SUV. As the years have changed, things have changed with Kia in a very good way. Their lineup has grown. Their lineup has also morphed into something that I don't think anybody could have ever realized, that Kia would have these products that have changed the way people view the brand. Now, it all came about with the Stinger GT, really showing that European style, that lift-back design, and of course, we can't forget twin-turbo V6 power. Then, I think the biggest hit for them, of course, has been the Kia Telluride, that mid-size three-row SUV that has become such a sales hit that even before the pandemic, most would sit on car dealership lots on an average for about 6 to 9 days, where the norm is 30 to 90 days. So that shows that desire for people wanting the vehicle. Of course, they did a redesign with the Sorento, they brought out the new Seltos, they took the Optima, they redesigned it, and now it's called the Kia K5. We were lucky enough to be invited to Irvine, California to get behind the wheel of their new EV6 GT line. Now, that wasn't their first electric vehicle. Believe it or not, the Kia Niro brought a lot of electrification to the brand and got people familiar with it. But I think that EV6 GT line is really gonna open up the floodgate. And now with this concept vehicle known as the EV9, which between you and I, wink, wink, this is gonna be the next electrified Telluride. Now they're ready to grow that fleet and also grow in depth with electrification. So we've been lucky enough to be invited by Kia to come look at this vehicle. So let's go ahead, let's dive into this electrified Telluride and see, is this the future of Kia's SUV, that mighty selling vehicle? Let's find out. Right off the bat, I love the proportions. As soon as you see it, that's the first thing that's gonna come to your mind is, not only is it a concept vehicle, of course, but it looks like a Telluride, the dimensions, the proportions. This is all work that was done in California at the Kia design studio where the Telluride came from. Now, at the front end of the business, you're gonna see the unique contemporary design. We're gonna have LED daytime running lamps. Really, really great how they kind of drop it down into a nice J shape there. You have your LED headlights, and I'm really digging the design work that they did just to kind of bring some extra feel, because I think that's gonna be the challenge for a lot of auto manufacturers, is how do you make your electric vehicle unique? Because you can't base it off sound necessarily. There's gonna be some other things that come into play. Now, as we drop down, drag is a big issue. Drag is where you have that wind resistance, and that's gonna cause your range to be a little bit less. What they did was look, they actually have a splitter built into the corners here, nice aluminum finish, and then look at how it just curves nicely into that flared fender. That's gonna keep those massive 22-inch wheels and tires tucked in so that the air is just gonna flow right over them, even though this is a larger electrified SUV. Now, coming across the front, you could see it, it's there. It's that tiger nose shape that Kia is known for when it comes to their design philosophy. I love the way they have that nice aluminum style brush feel to the front. You got that color match in the center, and this color is absolutely stunning. I think one day this needs to be on the new Telluride. And then really digging what they've done with the grille here. It almost looks like, you know what it reminds me of? A paper shredder. Like, I want to just take gobs of old documents and shred my paperwork because it looks that good. Nice vertical slots, gloss black, and then that aluminum actually goes all the way around the bottom, which gives it a super clean look. Now, the big estimates are going to be range. Now, Kia is proclaiming that the range on this vehicle is going to be around 300 miles. I'm sure you're gonna have the opportunity to get one electric motor up front to drive either the front wheels, and then of course you could get a rear electric motor to drive the rear wheels and have that all-wheel drive capability. The hood, like I was saying, you could see the Kia design philosophy. Love the way they increase the size of the badge depending on the size of the vehicle. That makes sense, and I know that not all manufacturers do simple details like that, and I'm glad that they did that on this particular concept. Now, with the hood, you're gonna actually find some aerodynamic work that's been done through race cars. You actually have hood venting to help with aerodynamic efficiency, and then if you notice that gloss black area, that's actually solar panel to help increase that range with this larger vehicle. Now, as we come around the bend, I promised you a large wheel and you're gonna get it. You're getting these 22-inch style wheels. I love the way they did this unique triangular design with the Kia badge, machined aluminum, and then that nice work with the fender flares. You could see the angular lines. There's that triangle design. Do you see the triangle here? That's your standard triangle. Then you're gonna get, obviously, maybe a acute triangle, isosceles, everything done. Yes, I did take geometry class at some point. Drag, we talked about drag. When this vehicle is going down the road, it's hitting a wall of air. What did Kia do? They actually designed side mirrors that are not actually mirrors. They're cameras on both sides. Look at how small that brings that shape down. And as you can see, the nice triangular combination with everything. We got a blacked out A-pillar. That's gonna help with the weight of the vehicle. Nice flat roof, just like you find on your Telluride, currently available at your dealership. That gives us that nice, muscular, boxy look. One thing you're probably not seeing, because you're down there and I'm up here, is that there are roof rails. Now I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, where are the roof rails? They're actually retractable. So the roof rails electrically drop down. They're in their drop down position. What is that for? To cut down on drag. Because like I said, a large vehicle like this, especially if it is electrified, we want to increase that range. Yeah, you could put a bigger battery, but it's also about cutting through the air like a hot knife through butter. And this is one heck of a butter knife that we're trying to get through that air. Coming down the side, flush mount on the door handles. Everything is going to be a nice flush mount design. There's more of that triangular style. Look at the way they work the lower sill. They brought the grille design into the lower sill area with the aluminum to kind of balance out what could have just been gloss black all the way down. It's the details, and I think that's what people are noticing more, especially with Kia, is they're paying close attention to the details. Now, coming towards the rear, you're gonna get a great size rear quarter glass window. Love the way they kind of worked that design with the triangle into the glass. Let me give you a little closer up look of this 22-inch wheel. Absolutely stunning. These are 275 on the width and a meaty 60 series sidewall. And then why don't we go ahead and take a look. I want to show you the back, but then we're going to try to get a peek, a little sneak peek. Remember, they're giving us access to the outside. The inside we're going to have to wait for until maybe it gets a little closer to production, but we're going to try to sneak a peek. But hold on one second. At the back, I love the way they did this nice kind of waterfall rear roof spoiler, no glass. You see how clean that is? Beautiful style. You got your LED lighting, and look at what they did. It almost looks like some kind of like crazy boomerang or something with the LED, how it drops down and then comes back up. This is where you're gonna charge it up. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what about charging? So if you use a level 2 charger, right, you'll be able to go from 10% to 80% battery life in just about 20 to 30 minutes. That's the goal of this vehicle, to have that. And then of course with the solar panel, you got the cameras instead of mirrors. And that is another great thing about having that setup is getting that faster charge. You can see the work that has been done here. Let's see if we could get a sneak peek of the interior. So this is gonna be a 3-row midsize SUV. You got your 3rd row up in the back. There's your mid row there. And then up front, what's awesome is you're getting a 27-inch floating infotainment system that blends in with the gauges. Maybe if we come around the front, we could get close-ups of all of the style. Like I said, with the triangular, there's your solar panels with that vented roof line. And then coming around the front, I want to see if we could get a peek of this steering wheel. The seat, it looks like there's a ton of space in here. You know, with this chassis being electrified, you're actually going to have a flat bottom floor. That's going to increase passenger volume for everybody, from your grandmother to your neighbor to even the friends that maybe you don't like so much, but you have to give them a ride to work because you work with them. You know, that would be one of the things. Another thing is, I'm sure there's plenty of room for Twinkies. We're obviously going to have to find out and see what's going to happen with that. But I'm so glad to bring this EV9, the future of the Telluride, right here, right now at the Chicago Auto Show. Let me know what you think. Is this an electric SUV that you wouldn't mind putting your butt behind the wheel? Put that in the comment section. Is this the future of electrified SUVs? We're gonna find out, but if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. If you wanna help us keep making great content just for you in the channel, click that link in the description, get yourself some Raiti's Rides merch. Gotta give it up to the queen of the camera, busting her butt on this electrified stage. She's electrifying our lives, that's for sure. Thank you, Lori, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.